Dream, search, drive. Cars.co.za.
Budget insurance. Affordable because you can't afford not to.
Chi sarà il primo a sfruttare la coda?
Hello! Welcome to Monaco and welcome to Formula E!
Formula E is arguably one of the world's most important motorsports. More car manufacturers compete in Formula E than in any other racing series around the world. One of those manufacturers is Nissan, who invited me to experience Formula E at what is probably the sport's most premier event.
I'm standing in the marina right now. There's boats all around me, and everything you see behind me, that's the main straight that goes there behind the main grandstand. None of that exists in Monaco. They build it from scratch in pieces for the Monaco Formula 1 and of course for the Formula E-prix. It's obviously quite inconvenient to have a racetrack in the middle of your city, and so they pull it apart once the race is done. But it's just incredible to see in real life the complexity of the build. I mean, it even has elevators. It's got elevators going up to the top floor. I must admit, I didn't expect to see such small boats in Monaco. I mean, can you imagine what the mooring fees are here? And you've got a little boat like that.
In Formula E, everything happens on the Saturday, including free practice, qualifying and the race itself. It's a busy day and it feels like there's always action on track.
Here at Rascas Corner, you can get incredibly close to the action. I mean, that is the racetrack right there, 2 meters away basically. And the cars sound so cool! So quite excitingly, the third generation of Formula E cars is going to debut next year. Currently they're racing Gen 2 and Nissan has committed to racing in Gen 3 and then most likely into Gen 4 in about 4 years time. And currently the cars have about 250 kilowatts and they're quite heavy, they're over 900 kilograms. But for Gen 3 they'll have 350 kilowatts and they're going to be 60 kgs lighter, about 880 kilograms. So that translates to a 0 to 100 time of under 2.8 seconds. Remember, that's faster than gravity and approaching the speeds of F1 cars. And then top speed will be north of 300 kilometers an hour, which is really exciting as well. So the racing next year is going to be a lot faster.
Before the main race, it was time to tick a big item off the bucket list, a walk down the pit lane of Monaco.
It's just surreal being here. I mean, I've probably been watching this race since, well, at least the Formula 1 version, since I was 5 years old. I feel like I'm in a postcard. I feel like I'm in my TV. So all of the infrastructure, pit lane architecture, the team boxes, the grandstand, it's all identical to the Formula 1 setup. So this is it. This is the Monaco Pit, Circuit de Monaco. And it is pretty much as awesome as I would have expected. The Nissan Garage.
Welcome everyone to the Nissan Edam's Garage, and welcome to Monaco, of course. It's a little bit different, the setup in Monaco to a normal garage. So normally it would be sort of spread over one level, but because in Monaco there's not so much room, the garage itself, where the cars are, is obviously on the ground floor here, but the next floor above is full of our software engineers, okay? And then there's another floor above that where some of the management team are working. But in Formula E, one of the interesting things is that there's actually more people working on laptops up in the room up there than there are mechanics working on the cars.
So that is Sebastian Buemi's car. You'll recognize his name. He's an ex-Formula 1 driver. We got to meet him earlier, and he says he actually prefers racing electric cars now. He says in terms of acceleration, they feel just as fast as well, so just as dramatic off of the line, and he's incredibly successful. He's won the Formula E championship twice now. Behind me is his comrade's car, his compatriot's car, Maximilian Gunther. He's a really up-and-coming star. He's 24 years old, and he's already won a Formula E race. So those are the two drivers who make up the Nissan Formula E team. So that is Maximilian Gunther's car being prepared behind me for the main race. Qualifying is just finished, and right now what's happening is the cars are being recharged. The cars are also plugged in for data because there's no live telemetry, interestingly enough, in Formula E, and that's to save on the human costs. Transporting extra teams around the world just costs carbon, so they cut down on that. So they get the telemetry after the qualifying. And then also what's going into the cars is you'll see the red and the blue cables. That's actually running cooled fluid through the battery to cool the battery down. So it's a roughly 56 kilowatt hour battery, and what's quite interesting in Formula E is that they don't have enough power to finish the race, and that's intentional. It's a 45-minute plus 1 lap race, and the reason for that is that they have to very carefully manage the power throughout the race, and also it gives certain teams which have better management software a bit of an edge over their rivals. Awesome, thank you so much.
Take it back upstairs, we might need it at some point.
This is the 8th year of Formula E, and this is my first experience of it in real life, and I was really honored to MC the launch of the Cape Town circuit. So Formula E is about to get very real for South Africans very soon. In 2023, March 2023, there'll be a race around the streets of Cape Town, and just being here, just being amongst the engineers and the cars and the atmosphere, and of course in historic Monaco, I mean, doesn't really get much better than this, but this is the real deal. This is a incredible formula of racing, and I think with the Gen 3 cars and the 350 kilowatts cars, it's going to be an incredibly fast formula as well. So amazing to experience it, amazing to be a part of it, and super excited for Formula E to reach South Africa in 2023.
I'm sure it's some sort of legal requirement to have a glass of champagne when you visit Monaco. So I got that done. Right, back to work.
So we are on our way to the grid, to the start line, to see all the cars in their position, all the pit crews getting the cars ready for the main race at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Nissan have very kindly organized me a grid pass, so we're walking with a huge group of people now, past the pit lane and past the main grandstand. Just over there, that's Mohammed. Hello. He did me the solid of getting me the grid pass. So we have to walk all the way along the pit and then onto the track just on the pit entrance over there. No, pit exit actually, that would be a pit exit. I talk for a living. I'm literally paid to talk to camera, and I'm struggling to find the words for how incredible this is. I'm on the grid, I'm on the start line of Monaco, surrounded by drivers, teams, cameramen, fans, media from around the world. It almost doesn't feel real. It feels like I could wake up, or that this is some sort of simulation. It's busy here, it's really busy, there's a lot going on. Just trying to make my way through and not bump into people. So let's go try to find the Nissan cars. Mercedes-Benz car there. Where's the driver? So this is the last year of Gen 2, 4 years per generation, and Nissan tells us that they are very focused on Gen 3. They pretty much stopped development on the Gen 2 car, and they're struggling a bit with some outside suppliers, so they're not having the best time at the moment in Formula E. But the idea is that they've just bought the race team that used to run their race team, so now they're fully in control, and from next year they really want to start winning championships in this racing series.
Guys, can we start clearing the grid, please? Start clearing.
Right, everybody, let's start clearing the grid, please, Paul.
Jump, baby. Start clearing, guys.
Just one thing, I want to see Seb one thing.
Seems that's it. Grid walk's over. The racing has to begin. We're getting to the business end of the weekend now, and we got to get out of here. Sorry, I took someone out with my camera. But it's over. What an incredible experience that was. There's the Nissan car. Good luck to the guys. Let's watch some racing. Gonna head over to the main grandstand.
All 5 lights are on. We go green in Monaco. Pretty good start from Evans. Verne got away a little slowly. Berline is going to the outside as they come into Sanderbot. Lock up from Evans. Gets it in. The top 5 remain in place. Robin Freites cuts the corner. He will maybe lose a position there.
So I just got chased away from filming right by Raskas. I mean, I was standing like a meter from Raskas, and the security guard said, "Sir, this is a red zone. You can't stand here. Unfortunately, it may be dangerous if cars crash or whatever the case may be." So I think this is it. I think my Formula E adventure is coming to an end. It's pretty crazy, but I'm actually heading back to South Africa tonight. So as soon as the race ends, we're walking up to the shuttles, jumping in a shuttle. It's about an hour's drive to the Nice airport, Nice to Paris, Paris to Johannesburg, Johannesburg to Cape Town. So thank you for coming along with me on my first ever Formula E-prix. It's been an absolutely wonderful time. The adrenaline's been incredible. Thank you so much to Nissan for hosting me. And I don't think this is going to be my last Formula E. I've had a really, really good time. Right, look out on the Cars.co.za site for more content about Formula E. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Now, did you know that Cars.co.za has a brilliant app? It's actually one of the most popular apps in South Africa, and that's because it's actually really bloody good to use. You can save your favorites. So while you're shopping, you know, if you're taking a couple of weeks to shop, you just save your favorites so you don't lose them. And it's also a brilliant way of finding new car specs and pricing. It's incredibly detailed. I use it all the time. The link to the app is in the description below. You can get it on iOS and Android, and it's in the Huawei app gallery, I think it's called. Yes, that is what it's called. Cool. Alrighty, and I'm done. Good. Okay.
Budget insurance. Affordable because you can't afford not to.
Cars.co.za.